If you're watching this right now, close your eyes for 3 seconds. Feel that electric feeling in your chest. That's your soul recognizing something. The waiting season is over. Here's what they didn't tell you about being chosen. God doesn't just choose you and leave you hanging. He builds the proof. And right now, that proof is being assembled around your life. You've been thinking you're late, that you missed your moment, that maybe God forgot about you. But what if every closed door, every rejection, every time someone looked right through you? What if all of that was God protecting His investment in you? When God chooses someone, He starts building their testimony before they know they need one. You've been His masterpiece in progress, not His forgotten child, His about-to-shock-the-world masterpiece, the hidden preparation. Let me tell you what's been happening while you thought nothing was happening. While you were praying for breakthrough, God was building your foundation. While you were asking for opportunities, He was developing your character. While you were wondering why everyone else seemed to be winning, He was making sure that when your time came, nobody could question it. Do you know why David spent years in caves before he touched the throne? It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Those caves taught him to worship in darkness. Those caves taught him to trust God's voice when there was no crowd cheering. Those caves turned a shepherd boy into a king who couldn't be shaken. Your caves look different. Maybe it was that job where they passed you over for promotion after promotion. Maybe it was that relationship where you gave everything and got nothing back. Maybe it was watching others succeed while you felt stuck. But here's the truth they don't teach in Sunday school. God uses rejection as a navigation system. Every closed door was redirecting you. Every no was protecting you from settling for less than what He had planned. Every season of silence was building your spiritual muscles for what's coming next. The signs, it's your time. Right now, things are shifting around you in ways you can't explain. People who used to ignore you are suddenly curious about your story. Opportunities are showing up without you chasing them. You're having conversations you never thought you'd have with people you never thought would notice you. But here's the clearest sign. You've stopped trying to convince people of your worth. You're not posting for validation anymore. You're not explaining your decisions to people who weren't invited into your process. You're not performing for applause that never satisfied you anyway. When God is about to prove why He chose you, He first teaches you to stop proving yourself to people who were never meant to understand your assignment. You know what else is happening? Your prayers are changing. You used to beg God for things. Now you're thanking Him for things that haven't even happened yet. You used to ask Him to change your circumstances. Now you're asking Him to prepare you for what He's about to do through your circumstances. This shift in your spirit, this is God downloading new software into your soul, because the version of you that got you through the wilderness isn't the same version that's going to handle the promised land. How God proves His choices. God doesn't prove His choices the way humans do. Humans prove things with noise, with announcement, with fanfare. God proves things with undeniable results that speak for themselves. When God chose Moses, He could have just told Pharaoh, "Let my people go," and made it happen instantly. Instead, He chose to demonstrate His power through 10 plagues. Why? Because the demonstration wasn't just for Pharaoh. It was for every nation that would hear the story for generations to come. It was proof that couldn't be argued with or explained away. Your proof is being built the same way. Not through accident, not through luck. Through a series of undeniable moves that will make it clear to everyone watching that your success isn't random. The job offer that comes out of nowhere from a company you never applied to. The person who calls you with an opportunity, they say, made them think of you, even though you barely know each other. The door that opens not because you knocked, but because someone on the other side heard your name and said, "That's exactly who we need." This is how God proves his choices. Not by making you beg for what's yours, but by making what's yours come looking for you. What's about to happen? I need you to prepare yourself for something. The next few months of your life are going to look like a highlight reel of everything you prayed for during your lowest moments. But it's not going to feel like you imagined it would. You thought breakthrough would feel like relief. Instead, it's going to feel like responsibility. You thought promotion would feel like arrival. Instead, it's going to feel like assignment. You thought blessing would feel like rest. Instead, it's going to feel like the beginning of something bigger than you can handle alone. And that's exactly how you'll know it's from God. Because what God gives you will always require him to sustain you. The relationships coming into your life aren't just connections. They're divine assignments. The opportunities opening up aren't just career moves. They're kingdom strategies. The platform you're about to step onto isn't just about your success. It's about proving that God still moves in impossible ways through ordinary people. But here's what you need to know. With great anointing comes great testing. The moment God starts to prove why he chose you, the enemy is going to try to prove why he shouldn't have. Your character is going to be tested by your success more than it ever was by your struggle. Stay humble, stay grateful, stay connected to the God who chose you when nobody else could see what he saw. Your response to being chosen. Now that you know what's happening, now that you understand that this isn't coincidence but divine orchestration, what are you going to do about it? First, stop apologizing for taking up space. God didn't choose you to shrink. He chose you to expand. Stop making yourself smaller to make others comfortable. Your assignment requires your full presence. Second, stop waiting for permission to step into what's yours. The people who need to recognize you will. The ones who don't weren't meant to be part of this chapter anyway. Your calling doesn't need a committee's approval. Third, start preparing for impact. What God is about to do through you isn't just about you. Every person who told you that you'd never amount to anything is about to see what God can do with someone who refuses to give up. Every voice that said you weren't qualified is about to be silenced by your results. But remember this, being chosen isn't about being better than others. It's about being available to God in a way that others weren't. It's about saying yes when others said no. It's about trusting God's process when others chose their own path. My friend, as we end this conversation, I want you to do something. Look in the mirror tonight and say these words. God, thank you for never giving up on me. Thank you for seeing what I couldn't see. Thank you for choosing me, not because I was perfect, but because you knew what you could do through me. The proof is coming. The breakthrough is here. The world is about to see why heaven placed its bet on you. And if this message spoke to your spirit, if you felt that confirmation in your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to remember that they're chosen too. Subscribe to this channel because God is going to use these messages to shift atmospheres and change lives.